Oh hey folks, I'd like to talk to you today about a popular canard with the fundy atheist. It's used by all kinds of them, including a certain clown we've been punishing lately, and is so popular that some of the fundy atheists named a wiki site after it. I'm talking about Judges 1:19, and the canard that says, "Gee, some omnipotent God can't even stop a few iron chariots." Well, initially this is pretty stupid because we're talking about a God that had earlier been said to create the world, part the Red Sea, and to defeat the Egyptian army by causing the wheels of their chariots to fall off. And a little later in Judges also helps out defeating iron chariots. That by itself tells us we need to check this a little more closely. Part of the response is that the proper rendering of this verse indicates that the he here is Judah, not God. So that it was Judah, not God, that couldn't defeat the iron chariots. Some stop there, but then the funny atheists might take this further. They note that this also says God was with Judah, and think that this means the problem hasn't been solved. The problem there is they're contextualizing with Joyce Meyer instead of the text itself. The assumption made here is that God is with you. It means all rainbows and sunshine and everything goes exactly as you want it to. But that's not what the record says. Here in Genesis it says God is with Joseph even while he's in prison. And while it does say he did well there, that he was in prison at all shows that the Lord being with you doesn't equate with universal hunky-dory. Then look at this passage in Psalms. Notice that it says God is there with David even at the worst possible times. So what does it mean when God is with you? It basically means you have a covenant with him and he's honoring it. No more than that. Now in light of all this, let's look again at Judges 1:19. Why would it make the point that God was with Judah in spite of only half success on the battlefield? Well, the usual reason why Israel failed on the battlefield was because of sin. So this is saying that Judah's inability to drive out the valley people wasn't because they sinned, causing the Lord's presence to depart from them. Pretty simple. Now the last question is, why would God leave them to their own devices, such that with their own abilities they were unable to overcome iron chariots? For the likeliest answer, we need to look here at a certain proviso within the Deuteronomic contract. Given this proviso, it's clear that there will be a certain point at which the Israelites would no longer achieve victory in battle, until such time as God determined that they were secure enough to gain control of more land. That's just sound military and social principle. Don't overextend yourself. And notice please that although Judah was out to get the Canaanites, the locales they conquered were Philistine territory. That had all the bearings of an overextension of viable influence, and so all the more reason for that proviso of Deuteronomy 7:22 to kick in. So there you go. A favorite fundy atheist memory verse just got snatched right out of their hands. Pretty simple, right there, clown? I guess it's my fault for asking if I could get this thing pulled by a jackass.